Ah, excellent. Excellent. I was able to revert back to my old sort of setup to start streaming so that I don't have to go through all the steps that they want you to jump through now. But man, it took me a while. It took me a while to get that set. This is a super. Oh, I got a loop over here somewhere that I can play while I go get me a drink and see if anybody's going to show up. I want to do the second half of the one that I started the other night, the Racoon. Let me just jump over there. Oh, and look, all that text is left up there. I don't know if the new, I see that I am streaming, so that's good. I don't know if it hooked up to the little chat box thing that I've got going over there. But you can kind of see what I'm planning on doing tonight. I'm planning on doing this right here, which will be like the other half of this. Using basically the same sort of colors. Well, I know I'm actually streaming now, and I can see the stream here on the broadcast. Let's see if it actually shows the stream set up over on the channel. Yeah. One watching, me. That's all right. Everybody has lives. Okay, so let me get my colors out and let me go over and get to my reference, my Racoon reference. And I don't know if I'll be able to see the chat. If it, oh yeah, I can see myself in there. Oh, I know what I wanted to check. Where's that little chat? Oh, I should be able to do it right here. Let me see, can I do, let me see if this works. Is it boss fight now? Yeah. Yeah, the new word for the is boss fight. You want to fight the evil algorithms. Okay. I'm not sure what this. What am I listening to? I can find something better than that. Now wait a minute, I know what I can do. When I get to one of those songs, it makes me kind of go, I don't know about that. I just skip past it. There we go. Much better. I kind of put just so I can access it easily enough. Oh, I'm just meandering and babbling tonight. Yep. Sounds like the evil algorithm may have won tonight. Get some white out here. Some white. Ooh. Yeah. Gonna be needing some more. Some white. Some yellow ochre. Oh yeah, and it's Friday night. That's right. Fridays aren't really a good night to be streaming. But I've been missing days, and if I go too many days, and I want to try and make sure I get this done. Burnt sienna, a little burnt umber out here too. And some Payne's Gray. Jidlid that I heard there. Oh yeah, and I need to start making sure that I use my water better. Do a better job of using my water. Double check to make sure that. Hey, Lisa. Glad you showed up. I want to be trying to paint this Rocket Raccoon guy here tonight. And just got some. I have like a directory of free music from Kevin MacLeod. He has some cool stuff. This is just all alphabetical order, just the way that I can do it. So I'm fixing to do the other half of my Baby Groot. And let's see, how do I usually start these? I think this one, I kind of like the, let's see. Oh, cool. Oh. I'm preloaded, so I've already done my smoking. And that's the only smoking I do. I mean, I was a heavy smoker for years and years and years. So the first thing to do, so I learned right away when I started working on this black that you have to kind of put white on there if you want your colors to show up. So I just kind of put this stuff, do all my little drawings. I did these drawings last time. I mean, there's still a whole bunch of colors that I want to do out in space. I'm not happy with that. It's just way too bland. I want to get a bunch of colors out there and make it look a lot more like. So I need to try and learn how to use my water better too. And kind of the reason that I've started doing like half faces is because it kind of takes the stress away. Everybody, because when you're trying to do a face, you get kind of stressed out trying to make it look like it. So I'm not really trying to make it look like it's supposed to be or anything really, as much as just to make it kind of give it the sense of that thing. You know? That's really because, I mean, and then you just have to kind of be doing this stuff all the time too. It's like I was telling Jonathan today. Hey, Nez, Oz, man, how are you doing? Have you? What was the last thing I saw of yours? Uh, cool. I haven't seen Matt in a long time. Have you seen Matt lately? Um. Okay. So I kind of have that. That should probably be enough of my white to try and get me going. Um, because I do kind of want some of the dark. Oh, I know what I decided to. Oh, and I got a great idea on how to do my little water can. I'm going to take some of these lids and I'm going to get my X-Acto knife or my blade knives and stuff and cut a whole bunch of like little X's in here so I can just stick my brushes into them and then I can turn them upside down. I mean, these coffee can things are just ideal. I mean, all my paint is in the other one. I forgot where the camera is since I've changed everything all around. Okay, so is that all I want to do with my mop brush for now? Yeah, that's pretty much all I want to do for now. Oh, cool. Mother Nature is in the house. Awesome. Okay, yeah, because he's got his teeth, but his teeth I wanted to do with a different sort of brush. Is that all I want to do for that right now? I think I am going to put like a dot here where I want his eye to be. Just as like a kind of reference. And where should I start with the light colors? No, I know what I'm going to do it the opposite this time. So oh yeah, that's what I do. I got my water here to kind of do that first rinse on my brush. And then I have a whole bunch of little cups. I think that cleaned it off pretty good. And I just dry it there and have a little place right here at the side where I can set that. And I think I finally did it for once where I'll be able to pick that brush up and use it again if I want. I feel super relaxed tonight for some reason. Okay, what brush do I want to start with? I think I'm going to go, normally you need to go from light to dark, but I think I'm going to start from dark to light. And do you guys want to see what I'm using as reference? Oh no, this is from Guardians of the Galaxy. Here, I'll show you what I'm using as reference. Let me show you my reference. This is the reference that I'm using. And let me, where's the chat? There we go. I don't think that chat was actually working anyway. So that's the reference. That's what I'm looking at as I'm painting this. And you see what the other half was. So I've kind of been doing these little series where I'm doing half of a face, you know, because a half a face seems easier and try and do them. I mean, I've got them. I think I'll put some more stuff on Instagram and whatever other. Okay, so there's my... Let me get going on this before this. That's the one thing about this stuff is that it dries too quickly. So I'm going to kind of start. That's what I'm going to do. The eyes on this, his eyes are really, really dark. And then that way I'll give it a chance to dry. So with this brush, actually I'm going to use a round. On this is Oh, this is the Payne's Gray. I started way too dark, but that's okay. I'll do this Payne's Gray as like his eyeball. There we go. Oh yeah, and this Payne's Gray for his nose too. You just put a nice big blob of this Payne's Gray on there. Yeah. Oh, and this is, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. So let me just go with, this is the dark. He needs a whole bunch of this really dark like shadows going on. So let me just do a bunch of this on here like that right now. And then he kind of has some coming up around here, around his eyes, and a whole bunch out here on his, that's like his ear. Oh, and I never added any water to that. I'm gonna put a little bit right there. Oh, and I think I got a little bit of a nose stuff going on here. I'll let that dry a little bit and come and put highlights before I'm all done. This is still kind of wet. I think I'll just kind of put some water in here on this to try and keep it wet so I can kind of go with the next color I want to do and blend it in there. Okay. Let me clean this one up just like I did with that other one. That was a little bit darker. This sounds like some video game music. Hey, Sal, how you doing, man? It's really awesome to see you. How things going? Oh, I'm gonna have to figure out my camera. I kind of doing things a little bit different, and I know I'm like doing my head. I haven't gotten figured out how to get my camera going. But the main thing is just to keep doing this. Okay, so I'm doing this a little bit different, and I kind of like this brush. I think I'm gonna go with this next. And I'm going into the burnt umber. Yeah, this is the burnt umber. And I'm just going to kind of do this because this is just kind of how his, you just keep doing this. Just kind of mix it into that Payne's Gray a little bit. That looks kind of cool. And then I know he has this, it's like the same thing going on up here. Oh yeah, and I remember the other thing too I need to be aware of is the tip of my brush. I noticed looking at some of the playbacks that it throws things out of focus. It starts doing all that focus stuff. Oh, I like just moving fast and going to town on this stuff, you know. I don't know if it's the professional way to do it or not, but man, I tell you, it's fun, and that's like kind of the point. And I like this. I like the burnt sienna much better than the burnt umber, so I think I'm probably going to be going back and forth between these two to try and build up this color. And then I mean, it'll probably get a little bit muddy as I'm doing it, but the one thing that I do know about paint and different things like that is that even if it gets a little bit muddy after it dries, if you come back with the original color on top of it, it like brightens up the stuff underneath and kind of gives it like kind of a texture, I guess you could call it. I mean, what is it that I say in my little quick videos? I am not a professional. No, I am not a professional. But I've done a little bit of this and that over my time on this planet. And the main thing is to just have a good time doing it. Okay, that's oh, I need some more here underneath his chin. He looks more like it's starting to look more like a fox to me than a raccoon. Um, let's see. I think I need some more of this on his cheek. That's what it is. I need to give him more of a cheek. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wet on wet. Wet on wet. I'm starting to get a little bit muddy there. I need to move someplace else. Do something a little bit different. What do I do? Hey, let me clean this brush off. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Have a couple of little buckets of clean water, and then I got my one where I really go to town cleaning up my brushes. Oh, I know. Everybody has their own way. I mean, it's just like I watch your stuff and blind views and stuff, and some people just get so focused and they take that time. But to me, and kind of the way that I do stuff, I could probably just use this same brush, but what am I going to do next? I'm kind of going to the lighter color now. I kind of like these angle brushes, and these cheap ones that I'm doing kind of get real stiff, so I can kind of make them look more like lines and stuff. So now I'm gonna go into this yellow ochre. This really isn't the color this is, but it's close enough for me. And what I'm doing, let's see what happens. I would need to put it here. Oh, and it's okay when it mixes into the other. I guess that kind of gives. Whoa! Oh, I can fix that easily enough. Let's see. Oh. Fix it and hide it. That's the one good thing about this stuff. Oh, this is drying fast too. There we go. I mean, I got a lot of more stuff to do right there anyway, so there we go. I didn't mess that up too bad. And I gotta come back to that anyway. Oh, some water. I gotta remember, that's what I need. I need to keep remembering to mix the paint up a little bit better. Add a little bit of water to make it a little bit smoother, and then I can test it a little bit. And that's still a little bit too wet, so I don't want to get it too messed up too quick. So let me start down here. Yeah, that's where to do it. Oh yeah, I kind of like the way, that's what it is. And then just kind of try and think about how the shape of that nose is supposed to be. Oh! I get too carried away. Oh, and I like mess that brush up. I can't use that brush for that color right now. So, and it doesn't look like I can use that one either. Let me find another one. Nothing's working. It's because I'm trying to go too wet on wet. There's got to be a way to do this. There's got to be a way. I wonder. I bet that sock method on here, if I had it like super tuned in, would be really cool. Okay. Oh, and I bet I can do that. Yeah. And oh, you know what? Because yes, he does need to have some sort of shadow stuff going on. You know what? I kind of like the way this is actually doing. This was like a unexpected kind of. Looks more like it's looking more like a werewolf than a rocket, I'm afraid. See what I can do with this brush. Actually, it's kind of cool the way that ends up coming out. Kind of like that. Happy accident? Or amateur? It doesn't really matter. The main thing is to have fun with your art. And I think these will look really cool together. And I can always come back. So that's the thing. A lot of times with this stuff, after it dries and everything, I can come back. But trying to get the and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Well, that's another thing to say. Sometimes it comes out, turns out cool. Sometimes not so cool. Oh yeah, that's right. The final thing is like coming back with some cool highlights and stuff. Okay. So what do I need? I need to darken some of this stuff up. A little bit. Different brush for that. Not this one. I can do some cool stuff with this. Let's see. Oh, and I need these guys. He's looking a little bit more like Rocket. Maybe. A little more like Rocket. Okay, and then what was the last thing? I needed to do something with this eye. With this eye, I want to get this eye really, this burnt sienna. Dark stuff here. Well, I think I'm feeling like I've hit my 30-minute mark that I usually hit. And I can do some more work on this later. But this is... Oh, I know what all this stuff, you can always see a little bit more to do. Let's see what they look like together. Oh yeah, I just need to do a little bit more work to them. But I wanted to try and get them. So that's been my little project. I don't know if I will do another live stream before the holidays or not. I got a lot of stuff I got to get done before then. So thank you guys for dropping in. I think I hit my I don't know. Everything's weird these days. Is this where it is going? How long have I been streaming? I can't even tell anymore. But it feels about right. I don't know. Yeah, just right. Because it's weird anymore. It's almost like I have like a little clock in there. I hit this little point and it's like, okay, I want to stop and I can come back and work on this again later. Not live though. I'll do some little details in the end. Thank you guys for watching. And have a happy holiday if I don't see you between now and then. Good night.